With all the tech we've got now, streaming, podcasts, the whole TikTok rabbit hole, it's wild that people still carve out time for old-fashioned books. What do you think keeps us hooked on reading actual books these days?
It's kind of amazing, isn't it? I think books have this unique magic. They force you to slow down and shut everything else out. Even in our hyper-digital world, there's nothing quite like sinking into a story and letting your mind paint the picture.
That's so true. I catch myself getting antsy after 10 seconds of an Instagram reel, but I can sit for an hour with a novel without realizing it. There's something immersive about it.
Right, and I think reading is one of the only times we get to really focus on just one thing. No notifications, no endless scroll, just the words and your imagination.
That makes me wonder, have you ever finished a book and just felt like your brain rewired itself a little, like suddenly you see the world from a completely new angle?
Oh, totally. I remember finishing To Kill a Mockingbird as a teen and just walking around for days thinking about justice and kindness. Books slip us into someone else's life, and I think that's where real empathy grows.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. You start caring about characters who are nothing like you, then it kind of spills over into real life. You're less quick to judge, more willing to listen.
Exactly, the power of reading is that it turns us into better listeners, not just readers. We get used to seeing things from multiple points of view, which you don't get from a tweet or a meme.
Now, I love a good binge watch as much as anyone, but there's something different about losing yourself in a book. It's like time bends. Do you ever just forget what day it is because of a page-turner?
Oh my gosh, yes. I once read a whole thriller overnight and nearly missed a work meeting. There's a kind of joy in that total absorption, like nothing else matters but what happens next.
I've been there too. I'll look up at the clock and suddenly it's 2 a.m. There's a satisfaction in finishing a book, like you've run a marathon but also gone on vacation.
Absolutely, and it's funny sometimes the stories stick with you for weeks, even after you close the book. It's almost like they become part of your own memories.
Switching gears a little, what's your take on ebooks versus physical books? People still seem obsessed with paperbacks and hardcovers, even with all the screens around.
There's just something about holding a real book, the texture, the smell, even the weight of it. I think people crave that physical experience, especially because everything else is digital these days.
It's wild how people collect bookshelves like trophies now. My friends will move apartments but still lug their whole library with them. There's pride in displaying what you've read.
And it's not just about looking smart. Bookshelves feel like a snapshot of who we are. Each book has a story, not just in the pages, but in when and why we read it.
That actually reminds me, do you ever feel like reading books is almost rebellious? Like in a world obsessed with fast, tiny bits of content, choosing to read feels kind of radical.
I love that idea. It's like we're all speed-eating information. But with books, you're sitting down for a real meal. There's a satisfaction in savoring something instead of just skimming.
And it does take patience. Sometimes I'll catch myself reaching for my phone after every chapter, but when I resist, I feel almost proud, like I'm reclaiming my attention span.
Same here. It feels like a workout for your brain, stretching those focus muscles that social media tries to shrink. It's tough, but so worth it.
Funny you say that. Have you ever turned to books when you're stressed or sad? There's real comfort in escaping into another world for a while.
Oh, for sure. When life gets overwhelming, I'll reach for a fantasy novel or something lighthearted. There's this healing effect. Your brain just gets a break from reality.
I've had days where reading was the only thing that helped me through. Even rereading old favorites can feel like chatting with an old friend.
It's so true. Those familiar stories are like emotional comfort food. They remind you that things can work out, or at least distract you when you need it most.
Speaking of learning, it blows my mind how much you can pick up from just reading. Half the random facts I throw into conversations come from books.
And it's not just facts. Either books teach us how to think, question, and problem solve. I remember reading a science book that changed how I understood the whole world.
Yeah, and sometimes a single sentence sticks with you for years. Books can shape your values, your career, even your sense of humor.
Exactly. And I think lifelong learning is so much more exciting when you're chasing your own curiosity, rather than just following a curriculum.
After reading something powerful, do you get that urge to tell someone about it? I feel like books create this instant bond between people.
Absolutely. A great book is like social glue. I've made friends in bookshops, on the subway, just because we noticed each other reading the same novel.
Book clubs have exploded lately too. It's amazing how people from completely different backgrounds can come together over a single story.
And those conversations go way beyond the book. Suddenly you're talking about life, dreams, and things you wouldn't normally share. It's like books give us permission to open up.
What surprised me most is how creative people get about fitting reading into their routines. Do you have a reading ritual that helps you stay consistent?
I do. My favorite is reading with my morning coffee. It's this little oasis before the day starts. I know others who sneak in chapters during their commute or even in the gym between sets.
That's awesome. I've started leaving a book by my bed. Helps me wind down instead of doom scrolling. Those little habits add up, right?
They really do. It's about making reading feel accessible, not like a chore. Even 10 minutes here and there can make a big difference over time.
Last thing I want to ask, how do we keep the love of reading alive for kids and teens? Screens are everywhere, but I'd hate to see books disappear.
It's challenging, but I think it starts with showing that reading can be fun, not just educational. Letting kids choose their own books, even comics, makes a huge difference.
I totally agree. My nephew got obsessed with graphic novels, and now he's trying out fantasy books too. It's all about letting them discover stories that light them up.
Exactly. When kids see adults enjoying books, laughing at a novel, talking about a plot twist, they realize it's something to look forward to, not just homework.
Wrapping up, I've got to say I'm always amazed how reading keeps evolving, but never really goes out of style. Any last thoughts on why books still matter so much?
For me, books are timeless because they connect us to ourselves, to other people, and to ideas we'd never encounter otherwise. No matter what changes, stories will always be essential.
I couldn't agree more. Whether you're reading for escape, for knowledge, or just for the joy of it, books are the ultimate passport. Thanks for sharing your insights today.
Thanks for having me. It's been a blast chatting about the power of reading. Here's to more good books ahead.